there is a tradition within popular LDS discourse going back to Joseph Smith and Brigham Young that says that God could fall from his position of being God.
Yeah.
And that he could come tumbling down along with the worlds he has made. Moreover, that seems to be required by Mormonism's basic metaphysical commitments. If agency, free agency, is the most fundamental characteristic of an intelligence, then even a well-formed moral character does not guarantee that you couldn't do wrong, that you couldn't make a bad decision. And because there's no necessary goodness here, right? If God went through a period of probation like we do, then presumably when he was merely a man, he would have sinned and had forgiveness and so on, just like we do. And so why couldn't that happen again? And you might say, well, I don't think God will do that. That's nice. But, people do things all the time that we don't think they would do, things that we believe to be out of character. Moreover, what I did in this piece is I looked at some Mormon scriptures, and I said, now let's look at these stories in the book of Abraham and the book of Moses, in which we have this story of creation, a plan of redemption being put forward, in which nobody would be lost. Lucifer puts this forward. Jesus puts forward a different plan of redemption. His is accepted. Lucifer is upset, rebels, and so on. That seems to be reading back into the primordial realm, kind of the Calvinist Arminian debate, because Joseph Smith is very much on the Arminian side of things, free will, no predestination, doesn't like Calvinism. And Lucifer's plan, looks like a kind of Calvinist determinism at play, coupled
That's
with universalism, right? Kind of a universalism, everybody will get saved. And Jesus puts forward a plan that respects everybody's free agency, but that means some will be lost. And on the LDS view, it's fewer than on an Orthodox Christian view, but there's still some who are lost.
And lost there would still only mean some who will not progress to exaltation. Well, or is there an actual hell of some
There is what is called outer darkness.
Outer darkness.
Which is the place of punishment for Satan and the most recalcitrant evil people.
Yeah, the apostates, if I remember right. There is a hell as well, but it's a temporary place where you kind of pay
there's a spirit prison in which you get a second chance. And then at the judgment, you either go to outer darkness or one of three kingdoms. And then the top kingdom, the celestial kingdom, is subdivided in three. The people at the top of that are the ones who become what God the Father and Heavenly Mother are now. But yeah, on this view of the pre-existence of these plans of salvation, you said what I said is, well, what would it take for somebody to present a plan of salvation? And we know that on the LDS view, there's this odd inconsistency in which Jesus is fully divine before he comes to earth. He's already a God, and LDS theology doesn't explain how it happened, but that seems to have been a prerequisite for presenting a plan of salvation. And if that's the case, then if you're operating within the LDS standard works, it seems like a fair inference to say then that Lucifer also must have been fully divine at that point. Probably the third person within the Godhead, the second born of God the Father, and that he falls and the Holy Spirit, the next born, takes his place. Now, that's not explicitly stated, but I think it's a fair inference from just the story and some of the assumptions made.